Here's something strange about cataract surgery. The most common reason patients end up disappointed with the results isn't officially considered a complication. It won't show up in the complication statistics your surgeon quotes you, the 99% success rate, and yet it affects somewhere between 1 in 5 and 1 in 3 patients to some degree. Your surgery can go perfectly, your eye can heal perfectly, and you can still walk away feeling disappointed. I'm Dr. Todd Driver, a board-certified cataract surgeon in Irvine, California, and today I'm going to explain what this is. And most importantly, if this has already happened to you, stay with me because there are 4 real ways to fix it, including one lens that was designed so a missed target can be fixed after surgery. And at the very end, I'll give you the 3 questions to ask your surgeon before surgery that dramatically lower your odds of this happening at all. Let's get into it. So when we do cataract surgery, we remove your cloudy natural lens and replace it with a clear artificial one. Here's the part most people don't realize. That new lens comes in a huge range of powers, like glasses prescriptions, and we have to choose your power before we ever make an incision. So how do we choose it? We measure your eye, the length of the eyeball, the curvature of the cornea, the position of the lens. Then those measurements go into formulas that predict which lens power will land you at your target, usually sharp distance vision. And I want to be honest with you about the word that matters here, predict. Even with today's technology, and it's genuinely amazing, this is a calculated prediction about how a healing eye will settle around a new lens. It's not a guarantee, and when the prediction is off, you will end up with leftover prescription that we didn't plan for. We call it a refractive surprise, or in plain English, a missed target. And here's why it hides from the statistics. The surgery itself went fine, no infection, no damage, textbook procedure. So on paper, it's a success, but you're the one wearing the result. So how often does the target actually get missed? The published numbers surprised even some of my colleagues. Let me give you the data, because this is published, checkable research, not a scare tactic. Large national databases, including a UK study tracking hundreds of thousands of cataract surgeries, show that roughly 20 to 30% of eyes land more than half a diopter away from the target, and around 1 in 10 lands a full diopter or more off. What does that mean in real life? A half diopter is roughly the difference between reading the 20/20 line on the eye chart and only reading the 20/30 or 20/40 line. And 20/40 is the legal driving limit in the United States. A full diopter can drop you toward 20/60 or worse without glasses. Night driving gets harder, faces across the room lose detail. Let me be honest with you about what these numbers mean. Not everyone in that 20 to 30% is unhappy. If you land half a diopter off and you are planning on glasses for some things anyways, you may never notice. Some patients may actually end up slightly nearsighted and love reading without glasses. The group that really suffers is the smaller group with the bigger misses, and crucially the patients who paid thousands out of pocket for premium lenses expecting glasses-free vision. For them, a missed target feels like a broken promise. That mismatch between expectation and result, not the lens type, not the surgical technique, is the single most common driver of unhappy patients after cataract surgery. So if the technology is so good, why does the target still get missed? There's one group of patients where the miss rate roughly triples and you might be in it. The eye is a tiny, precise optical system, and the lens power calculation depends on several measurements agreeing with each other. The length of the eye down to fractions of a millimeter, the exact shape of the cornea, even the quality of the tear film on measurement day. A dry eye surface can distort the corneal readings and quietly throw off the whole calculation. And here's the group I promised. If you've had LASIK, PRK, or radial keratotomy, your risk of a missed target is substantially higher. Those procedures reshape your cornea, and the standard formulas assume a cornea that was never touched. There are special formulas for post-LASIK eyes, which are pretty good, but even with them, precision still drops compared to a normal eye. If that's you, this entire video applies doubly, and there's a specific option for you in the fixed list that's coming up. Very long eyes or very short eyes, and eyes with previous injury or unusual corneas also make the math harder. So none of this means surgery is a bad idea for those eyes. It means the measuring step deserves more attention, not less. In my practice, that's why we don't rely on a single measurement from a single machine. Different biometers have different strengths, and when those readings disagree, that disagreement is information. It tells you the eye needs a closer look before anyone picks a lens. And the measuring doesn't have to stop when surgery starts. In the operating room, I frequently use a device called Aura. It attaches to my operating microscope, and right before the new lens goes in, it takes a real-time measurement of the eye and can fine-tune the lens recommendation on the spot. It's been shown to make lens selection more accurate, and I find it especially helpful in patients who've had LASIK. Okay, so what if you're watching this because it's already happened? The surgery's done and your vision isn't what you were promised. Here's the part of the video I opened with. So if you have leftover prescription after cataract surgery, you are not stuck. There are 4 real options. Number 1, glasses or contacts. Oftentimes you don't have to wear them all the time. just for specific situations. For small misses, it's simple, safe, and cheap, and there's no shame in this. The cataract surgery was successful and safe, and the glasses are needed to enhance vision for certain situations. 2. A laser touch-up. LASIK or PRK on the cornea can polish away the residual prescription once your eye has stabilized. For moderate misses in healthy corneas, this is often the cleanest fix, assuming your cornea is a good candidate. 3. A lens exchange. For larger misses, the implant can be exchanged for a different power. I personally don't like doing this because lens exchange can be a risky surgery, but it can be done. And then number 4, the light adjustable lens, the one I told you about at the start. The lens is designed so a missed target can be fixed after surgery. Using this lens can essentially avoid the issue of refractive surprise. Every other option on this list is a way of reacting to a missed target. The light adjustable lens flips the entire problem on its head. Instead of predicting your lens power before surgery and hoping, we adjust it after your eye is healed with the real final result sitting right in front of us. It's the only lens where the missed target is essentially designed out. And the newest generation adds extended depth of focus, which helps intermediate and near vision too, without the halo trade-offs of multifocals. It's not for everyone, it costs more and requires several visits after surgery, but for post-LASIK eyes especially, I think this is the best option there is. I made a full video on exactly how it works. Check out the link in the description. But the best fix is never needing one, so here's what I promised you at the start. So before your surgery, ask your surgeon these 3 questions. Question number 1. How will you measure my eye? And do you use more than one device? What you want to hear is corneal topography and optical biometry. And remember Aura, the device I use in the operating room. Some surgeons offer it, some don't, but it's worth asking about. Question number 2. If you've had LASIK or PRK, this one is non-negotiable. What do you do to increase the accuracy of my lens selection, given my previous refractive surgery? And do you offer Aura or the light adjustable lens? A surgeon who handles post-LASIK eyes regularly will have a specific, confident answer to both parts. And question number 3, if I end up with some leftover prescription, what are my options? You are not being difficult by asking this question, you're just asking about options, not predicting failure. Every experienced surgeon has a clear answer, and the ones who discuss it openly are exactly the ones you want to be operating on you. So here's the bottom line. Cataract surgery remains one of the safest, most life-changing procedures in medicine, and I do it every week, and I'd have it myself without hesitation. But the surgery went perfectly and you got the vision you were promised are 2 different sentences, and the gap between them is the missed lens target almost nobody warns you about. Now you know the numbers, you know who's at risk, and you know the fixes, and you have the 3 questions that put you back in control. So if someone you know is heading into cataract surgery, especially if they've had LASIK, send them this video before their measurement appointment. And if you want to see how the adjustable lens solves this problem, that video is right here on my channel. I'm Dr. Todd Driver. I'll see you in the next one.